Okay, guys. Now I'm in the bathroom / laundry room trying to do laundry. And the washing machine keeps getting off balance here. But I wanted to actually make a video last week. And I feel like this podcast is going to be a bi-weekly podcast instead of a weekly podcast. I'm so sorry. But I wanted to share something that was cool. Okay. I went to a funeral on last Monday, which is not cool. However, the gentleman whose funeral it was a believer. Oh, I'm so sorry for flashing you guys. Maybe I'll try to edit that. He was a believer, so that made the funeral easier, because yes, it's sad to lose your family, your friends. Oh, my hair looks terrible. And I didn't actually know him. He's the father of a friend of mine, and his granddaughter is one of my daughter's best friends. So we really just went to the funeral to support our friends and, to give them emotional support and friendly faces to lean on, which they were very well supported. This man was very well loved, and hearing about the things that he did for the church and for his family, there's no doubt as to why he was so loved. He was a very good man, a very good Christian man, a very good example to everyone who knew him and to those of us who never had an opportunity to meet him. And I learned something at his funeral that I wanted to share, something good that he did for his community. And it made me think about the preacher in Newcomerstown, where my mom is from, in Ohio. What he does, and it's the same thing, which is what made me think of it. So for those of you who have festivals or fairs or whatever in your little communities, some of us live in bigger communities than others, but everyone has a fair or a festival, and you can have a tent at the fair or festival. And I had never really thought about it, even though I had heard the preacher in Newcomerstown talking about it. I never really thought about it until I went to this funeral. And this gentleman had been doing this for years in the town where he ministered and was an elder. And it's a really good idea. Have a tent where you pass out free Bibles and you engage in biblical discussions with people who are interested. I mean, there are people who are not interested in knowing about God. And it's not really difficult to understand why. This is a sinful world. And because there's sin in the world, bad things happen to people. Unfair things happen to people. And it's unfortunate for people to blame God for that. But he's an easy target because he's the creator of the world. He did not create sin, and he did not create evil. So we should really be holding Satan accountable for those things and not God. But such is the nature of man. And anyway, the tents, the booths that both this gentleman and the preacher in Newcomerstown, Ohio set up, very, very good ideas for people who live in areas that have fairs and festivals and whatnot, such things. Especially if you're a smaller congregation and you don't really have a lot of money from collection to do outreach and whatnot, if you have a tent or a table at a fair, then people can come by and get information about the church. And you can maybe even start Bible studies that way, have Bible correspondence courses with you or whatever. I don't actually know what all they had at their booth. I do know they specifically mentioned handing out free Bibles and talking to people about Jesus. And that is so simple. And anyone who stops by the booth is probably interested. or they might want to have a combative conversation, but that's okay too, because somebody's going to learn something, hopefully, from that. But anyway, I thought that was a really good idea, something that congregations that I know of are doing. And hopefully someone will participate in my Facebook page and let me know some things that they're doing. But I thought that was good for everyone to know. And also, side note, our congregation is doing a marriage series in January. I don't have all the details yet, but I figure a month's notice or a month and a half notice is better than a 1 week notice, because I didn't have a lot of time last time when I found out about the 2 gospel meetings that I shared on TikTok. So this time I have at least a little bit of advance. I don't have specific dates or who's coming to teach that or anything like that, but heads up, if you're interested in a marriage seminar, it's biblical, it's open to anyone, whether you're married or not. I went last year, and I think they did it on Saturday and Sunday, or not last year, but at the beginning of this year. I didn't get to go to any of the Saturday sessions, but I went obviously on Sunday and they were very good lessons. So keep that in mind if you're looking for something to help you benefit your marriage that you're either in or will soon be in, or will one day eventually in the future be in. And I guess that's all for today. That's a very short video. It's a lot shorter than the last one. Oh, and by the way, I sort of kind of rewatched my video after I posted it on YouTube, and I didn't notice the name that I thought I had added. So, sorry. Buddy Payne is the scientist who came and talked to us about DNA and stuff like that. And I don't know if I put his name in the last video or not, like I said I would, but just in case I didn't, that's his name. And also, I want to thank my friend Brooke, who hosts my other podcast with me, Happily Booked, and my daughter Emma for listening. One of them is subscribed and one of them is not. I only have one subscriber. So Emma swears she subscribed, but Brooke texted me and said, hey, I need another video. This was 3 weeks ago now. And so I don't know for sure for 100% who's subscribed. So Brooke, you need to subscribe if you're not subscribed. And Emma, you need to subscribe if you're not subscribed. So I can have 2 subscribers, because I know you guys are watching. So one of you needs to subscribe. Anyway, I'm sorry for continuing to move the camera. I hope you're not getting sick. Okay, that was mean, and I'm sorry. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. And I hope that next week or in 2 weeks, I'll have something new for you to think on, and maybe something that will help you get out there and teach others about Christ, which is what God asks us to do, or tells us to do actually in the scriptures, to go into all the world and teach all nations. So I hope I'm doing my little bit here, but I mean, I'm not actually trying to convert anyone through these videos. I'm just trying to encourage people who may be discouraged by all of the things that are happening in the news. But I'd like to encourage those of us who are Christians to be positive and to do God's will, and most importantly, be positive. I mean, well, of course, most importantly, do God's will. But I really, really, really want everyone to be positive and have a good frame of mind, because if you don't have a good frame of mind, it's hard to teach others about God. Because if they see an angry person or a depressed person or a worrywart, I mean, they probably don't want to be a Christian based on that. We should show the joy that God gives us, the joy that it is to be a son or daughter of Christ, or of God. So anyway, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.